Hello, hello, beautiful community, beautiful souls, beautiful women of this earth. How are you doing today? So, it's been a while since I've been here. My name's Lori, in case you forgot, or in case you're new to watching me. And I am your self-care specialist. And I realized over the years that I've gone over many different titles and names that I've tried to label myself and put on, but I realized over this last couple of weeks, actually, it came to me is what I really am passionate about is self-care. And I am here to share with you all kinds of tips that essentially are giving you the best tools for your own self-care to take care of your health and empower yourself. And that is what I am passionate about. So welcome to today's live video. As you may notice, I have a different background today, different kitchen that I'm in. If you've been following my videos before anyways, you would notice that. And if you're new to watching me, you can go check out some of my older videos that I've done before on my YouTube page. Just searching my name, Lori Voss Furukawa, will find you that. Remember to subscribe to it so you make sure you always get the notification when I'm posting a new video. And hopefully that will be coming up more and more frequently in the near future. So on to today. Yes, I have a new background around me, a new kitchen, because I have actually moved locations. I've moved from Germany. We were in southern Germany, and I moved now to, I said a joke, I say I moved to the North Pole, but I'm in Lithuania, not quite the North Pole, but it feels like it sometimes. It actually very much reminds me of Canada. The landscape, of course, Canada is a huge country and we have all kinds of different landscape, but definitely there is similarities, crazy, 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 and naturally because they are both in similar latitudinal locations around this beautiful globe. So yeah, very beautiful spring we've had so far. I have been here just over a month and we're in the countryside home. So my internet is sometimes not even so good. Hopefully it will continue to be good for us while I am going live and doing videos. If you are liking this video, give me a heart or a thumbs up. Also, feel free to comment on it. Let me know that you're here viewing it. And if you have any questions that come up while I'm doing the video, or if you're watching this on a replay, definitely put them in the comments and let me know. I will do my best to come back. You can also tag me in it so that makes sure that I see it. So yes, I'm in a new kitchen, my new home in Lithuania. My kitchen's a little bit bigger than the one I had in Germany, which is nice. I have a little bit more counter space, although not much, but that's okay. It's all good because size doesn't matter, but it's the quality that really counts in here. So over the last month or so, I've been really quiet online. And I've been really working in my own space, my own transformation, my own development, and of course, working in my new kitchen with some new foods that I have to deal with from supermarkets or vegetable markets. I always try to go to the veggie markets as much as possible, which we do have here as well. Generally, vegetables are the same that I can have access to in that I had access to in Germany. However, I have less organic options here, which I a little bit disappointing and unfortunate, but I do my best to still find the organic where I can and talk to the farmers at the veggie markets where I can also, which is tricky with the language, but we work it out. One of the things that I started this year and that I have been thinking about, and kind of it's been in my space for the last couple years already. I've been like playing with the idea is more and more foraging. So going out into the wild and going and checking what the earth has to provide for us. It's a little bit intimidating because there's so many different plants out there, and I don't come from a background of having that knowledge being passed down to me. And I don't have a book here as well to follow, although internet is amazing. But there's opportunities for conflict of plant identification, stuff like this. But anyway, the point is one recipe or one concept that I was following with foraging that felt like an easy introduction to me was spruce tips. So you might know like a spruce tree or your kind of Christmas tree. And in the springtime, it shoots out the new little fresh green tips. And these little tips are edible. And you could even just pick them right off the tree and eat them. I tried, not bad. Not exactly that I'd want to be just going around picking and eating, but not bad, edible, definitely. And these little tips can be made into like all kinds of super great things. So like I say, started this year. It's a new adventure for me. I picked some spruce tips from a tree in our area and I put them layered in this jar with spruce tips, brown sugar, spruce tips, brown sugar, until I got to the top. Now you can see that it's gone down a bit because it turns into a syrup. How beautiful. You can see the layers here of the spruce tips. The smell is like Christmas tree. It's not a ferment, not yet at least. It could potentially be in the future, but at this point, I don't even know if it's called a tincture because I think tinctures have to do with potential alcohol base. However, that's how new I am to all of this. I'm just starting. I have made a couple tinctures in my past, but this is turning basically into a syrup. And it should be about a month. Now it's been here for 5 or 6 days, and this has happened so far. I've added a little bit of sugar just on the top, but I don't think I'll add any more. I might do some more research for that. And in a month, it should be all liquid. And then you can, I believe, like boil it down to make it more of a syrup consistency. Again, not totally sure. This is the first time I'm doing something like this. And as far as I know, this has amazing mineral vitamin content in here, good cough syrup as well, but also the syrup can be used for seasoning and on foods. Now, I'm not necessarily a fan of sugar or promoting sugar or syrups in our diet. I want that to be clear because it's not healthy for us to have sugar. We don't need it. Our body can break down the carbohydrates in a whole form that we eat that turns into sugar within our body naturally, and our body uses it as an energy source. But when we're eating sugar straight, like for example, if you had some brown sugar and just were taking that even just in your cup of coffee, that kind of thing, that sugar in there goes very quickly, and that's where we get the spike in our glycemic index and cause lots of problems essentially, right? So I don't recommend having sugar in our diets. I want to be clear about that. But yes, I have just spoken about a potential, not a potential, about a syrup that I'm making here. This will be used sparingly. Like I said, I will use it if a cough should happen to occur. I always, or for many, many, many years already, have been going as natural as possible. And I remember even as a child, I always tried to look in books of home remedies and natural ways for cleaning and curing things. So it's something that's really within me. So this is something that I will use medicinally for cough syrup, but I also will use it sparingly on potential maybe a salad dressing mix or something like this, or maybe even on a pancake syrup if I feel like it's okay for that. But again, I know that it has strong medicinal quality. I know that it is coming from a sugar base, so it's not something I will be over consuming just because I know the process of how it's been made. So it's always important to keep those things in mind. Just because it is a natural process, it doesn't mean that it's overconsumption is okay. We still have to do everything in moderation. So that's a little experiment I wanted to share with you today. You can find lots and lots of articles on spruce tip syrup. You can just type that in, and there's all kinds of things on the internet you can find about that. Not a difficult thing. I tried also, I realized I picked some fir, similarly looking pine from the pinuous or coniferous trees. And this was fir tips that I had. And you can see there's not as much moisture in the fir tips. They were a little bit bigger. Also, perhaps that's the difference. So I'm just going to see, this is kind of an experiment as well to see how this goes and continues to make a liquid. This one was just done one day ahead of, so it's really just a matter of the moisture content that's in there. And depending where you are on this planet, maybe you don't have spruce tips anymore, or maybe it's not even season for you. But it's just an idea. Again, when we start to get these ideas, then the next season that it comes around, we can start to play with them a little bit more and start to adapt our focus on what we can get that nature is naturally providing for us. It's really beautiful how much this beautiful planet really does provide for us. And when we can start to be more self-sustaining and live in a more sustainable way, it really helps our own body and it helps our planet as well. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you have any questions, as I already said, just put them in the comments. You're also welcome to send me a direct message or email me, and love to hear from you. Take care. Hope you're having a wonderful day, and we'll talk soon. Bye for now.